What up, YouTube? Want to give an update on earphones I reviewed probably about a month ago at this point. Those Mohalikos in earphones that were Bluetooth with the little hooks. Well, unfortunately, it's not a good update. It's actually quite bad. To show what I mean, that is the box that they are actually in. I was going to ship them today, but I last second was convinced otherwise. What had happened to them, this was probably about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I was using them one time delivering, as I said, I told you before, as I said before, I was using them when I was a delivery driver, and I still am. The right earphone would randomly stop working. Like, you wouldn't touch it, or if you did touch it, the connection was, like, mild at most. You barely listen to a song. It would go in and out every second. It would only be like maybe a half a second of actual playtime. It was bad. It was literally as if they didn't even work. So the right earphone stopped working out of absolutely nowhere. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. It just did. So what I decided to try and do is the left earphone and see if that would work. And left earphone works beautifully, just fine, perfect actually. But the range on it sucks. Like, I don't know, you can maybe go, I don't know, maybe 40 feet, which is, let's say, you park at a curb of a house, and then any like your average, I don't know, driver that can hold like, I don't know, 6, 7 cars in it, something like that, I don't know, maybe 5 or whatever. The right earphone could work just enough for that almost every time, no matter what happened. Left one, not even close. Like, not even, like, that would be, like, pushing it. Be more like maybe works for maybe 15 feet, maybe 10, and then that connection just goes off all the time and once it disconnected. Reconnect almost every time, but it never works. Like, it doesn't go any farther. So for me, that does not work. Like, that would just drive me nuts. It's made me angry. Well, actually, didn't make me upset. So more of the story. Mohaliko's from China. The right one, right earphone stopped working. It's like a month for some stupid reason. The left one doesn't work well or far at all. Even if you use both of them, it doesn't improve it. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't do anything right. So I decided to go on Amazon and try to get a refund. Everything was going beautifully, and they'll give you a refund. That's not a problem. But I went to a deliver it and I put it in a box, put the instructions on it because I threw the original packaging out, thinking these were going to last forever, which I shouldn't have thought it was going to happen. Went to FedEx today and asked him what it was because he knows the electronics label, and I told him what it was. And because there's no postage on it, obviously, since there's postage required, and it's because it's from China, it's a boatload to ship back, like a lot. Granted, for me, it cost about 20-ish. I was trying to look for a decent pair at the time. It was about $20 to purchase. The cheapest carrier he told me to do it to, and I'm going to include, of course, adding a tracking number, is by USPS, and it's a literally, like he said, like dead ass serious, but it's about 30-ish flat, give or take some dollars on top of a tracking if you want a tracking to ship that. $30. UPS, FedEx, any other company. He said like a minimum, I think it was like 80 to 100. That stuff is very dangerous to ship sometimes in case air and all that crap affects you. But again, not going to happen to these things. But yeah, it was mind-blowingly expensive. They'll of course do the refund for you, but you'd be wasting $10 just to ship it back, just to get another pair for the refund. The other part that actually broke was I don't think I opened up the box to show it. I couldn't in a second. I moved the box back to my mother. The lid that flips open, it's on like a tiny little metal rod in the back that's super bloody, like maybe that wide, maybe that the hinges broke, so the lid can entirely come off. And I don't even abuse this thing. I put it in the little top pocket of my day hike bag, and that's it. It gets bashed a tiny bit, but nothing much to break on a consistent basis. So the lid doesn't work, like it completely comes off, and the right earphone basically went to crap, and the left one doesn't work well at all, more than like 15 feet at all, literally. So I want to give an update to you guys about that, because again, that was about 3 weeks ago, and I meant to update you guys way sooner, in case you guys have bought this in because of me or whatever. I might still buy another pair, but jobs-wise, it's starting to change for me soon, but yeah, don't get these things from China. If you do, purchased probably that they always offer those protection plan majiggers or whatever you like pay another dollar or two for fixing for care whatever. I would highly suggest getting that unless you're just like an angel with your stuff and don't even like drop it more than 2 inches from wherever you are. But and I didn't even have to charge it much because the thing was charged itself beautifully. But yeah, Command Mohalikos from China are disastrous unless maybe it was just my set that sucked, which there are every electronic set. There's always one that doesn't go well. It always happens. But yeah, moral of the story is you either get the protection thing in the offer, which you can easily buy for a few extra dollars, or buy one maybe that's offered in the US or somewhere else, or you just test it and see what happens. And don't return it if it's overseas, because it's going to be ridiculously expensive unless they have that postage included, because mine does not, and I'm not going to ship it back. I'm going to throw it out and return the box back to my mother. All right, peace.